they didn't persuade me to take any sides, or they didn't say you have to live with me or you have to live with them. I didn't pick any sides, but I chose to live with my mum because my dad works long hours, like from 6 in the morning to 7 at night. So I chose to live with my mum because I'm close to my mum as well, and that's what I wanted, like my mum to be there to like hug me at the end of the day and stuff. So I chose to live with my mum, but then still stayed at my dad's like 2 nights a week, and it was going fine.
It isn't really taking sides, it's just like for your well-being, you want to be with your mum and stuff like that. So I never really took a side in the sense of I hate you mum, I love my dad, blah 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 blah. But like when it's apparent that one parent is obviously putting in a lot more effort and trying a lot harder than the other parent, then for me, yeah, I guess to a degree I did side with my mum, but only because of the circumstances.
Because my mum would be like, well, your dad said this, and then my dad would be like, well, your mum said this, trying to like say who said the worst. So then it would be like, oh, well, my dad's just said that to my mum. Well, that's just horrible, I don't want to speak to my dad. Or my mum said that to my dad, I don't want to speak to my mum because that's just horrible. There was just battling all the time, it was just rubbish.
Well, I usually just like said to them like, stop arguing and like, you're making me feel upset, and like then they stopped, and I never really took sides though.
She'd be sort of asking him these questions and he'd get sort of agitated, which she has, I think thinking back, she had the right to say those questions. But back then I used to think, oh mum, why are you sort of, pushing dad away? Because he finally comes around to see us and you're just pushing him away. But after I sort of understood what was going on, I definitely took my mum's side. I'm still quite, well, not anymore, but I was really angry at my dad. But I try not to be anymore because.
Don't sort of get too down on yourself if you are blaming one parent more than the other, because that's natural. And I think if we try and stop that and you try and stop that, then you're going to make yourself even more emotional and it's going to be much more harder for you to deal with. So I guess it's just taking the time, but realising when you need help to go and look for it. And just to carry on, it doesn't matter how hard it gets, you've got your own life that you need to focus on, and don't let them affect you now because it'll affect you forever.
If anything, I take my own side and my sister's side and our views on what they're doing. So I don't take their sides, I'll tell them how we feel and what they should do to help us.